Hello Nintendo Joe. Today is March 11th, and by this time, a bunch of you already have Pokémon. So let's talk about something important. Nicknames. Now, I didn't always name my Pokémon. When I was 8 and I was first playing Pokémon Blue, I just named everyone the same thing that their species was. Basically, I would make Blastoise, Blastoise, except not all caps because I liked grammar. But the fact that Game Freak and Creatures Incorporated even decided to add a nickname option into the Pokemon game kind of makes some sense. I mean, these are guys you're going to be raising for your entire Pokemon life. And, well, I mean, you don't want your name your Pokemon Butt. Although I imagine that naming your Pokemon Butt might be useful in some situations, especially when you're fighting a Pokemon trainer and you're like, "Go, Butt!" and your Pokemon trainer opponent can't do anything other than be paralyzed by laughter. Like, seriously? That should be a Pokemon move. Paralysis via laughter? We'd call it laugh-alysis. Remember that one episode of Pokemon where Ash went to the Pokemon League and met this guy named Richie, and he had a Pikachu too, except he wasn't really like Pikachu because he had like this spiky hair going on, and also his name wasn't Pikachu. His name was Sparky. Let me tell you, when you see a Pikachu whose name is Sparky instead of Pikachu, man, I'm just gonna tell you now, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. But Pokemon nicknames are pretty important, and they can be a lot of fun too, so let's go through how you can nickname your Pokemon. Step 1. Choose a theme for your party. Now, see, I don't mean a theme like all fire types or all water types, because that's just stupid. Let me break it down for you. All gym leaders, except maybe Gary because he's crazy, use themed parties of one type. Guess what happens to gym leaders? They get beat! Basically what I'm trying to say is, it's not smart. But what is smart is revolving your Pokemon nicknames around a general theme so that you can strike fear into your opponents repeatedly. Now, this theme can be crazy. It can be something like body parts. Actually, that's not a good theme. Don't go with that theme. Please don't name your Oshawott arm or something worse. Or you can name your Pokemon in a completely different language. Like, I used to name a Pokemon in Chinese until I realized that translating Pokemon to Chinese sometimes makes some pretty crazy results. Like, I named my Onix Sutosa, which means rock snake, but when I write it out, it looks more like a bad word. Or your theme could be historical figures. If you're boring, like me. Or you can name your Pokemon after books. People do that, right? It's not just me. I'm just saying, when I'm fighting someone online and I send out my Infernape and his name is Great Gatsby, that strikes fear into your heart. Well, not your heart specifically, my opponent's heart, although I guess it could be you if my opponent was you, but, you know, so much for grammar. Or you could, I guess, name your Pokemon something extremely silly, like Marmaduke, or business card. I'm just kind of just rattling off the things that are on my desk. Mug the Raichu, I choose you! But you know what? You have a responsibility to name your Pokemon with great names, because they have great power, and with great power comes great names. It's not fair to your Pokemon if you're the only one who gets famous all over the world. Like, Ash Ketchum might be famous in certain parts of the world, but his Pikachu might not be as, well known. Which is totally unfair. And you want to be fair to your Pokemon. You're talking about these 6 Pokemon that you carry with you wherever you go, and all of them has seemingly magic powers that all manage to be able to kill you. Except for maybe Farfetch'd. He might just be able to cook for you with his own weapon, which Farfetch'd really needs an evolution. It's a lot like naming your babies, except that they're digital and they can't grow up and siphon thousands of dollars from you while they go to college. And also, you can name your Pokemon something completely silly. Like, if you named your baby Hairy Balls, I'm sure that that baby would grow up and want to kill you. But if you name your Exeggutor Hairy Balls, well, there's really nothing that he can do about it. Like, that sucks for him. And he's gonna fight for you. So people will know the wrath of Hairy Balls. Now, what I want to know from you guys is this. What do you name your Pokemon? Do you name your Pokemon at all? Or have you decided that naming them Blastoise and Exeggutor is preferable than Giant Turtle Man or Hairy Balls? And I think that's it for today. See you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well and beating the crap out of wild Pokemon and gym leaders and the Elite Four and of each other. Because that's what Pokemon is all about. Beating the crap out of people.